In the seventh year of Islam's dawn, persecution in Mecca had grown unbearable. A small group of believers made a desperate choice to flee across the sea. Among them was Ja'far ibn Abi Talib, cousin of the Prophet Muhammad, a young man known for his wisdom, courage, and gentle heart. They sailed across the Red Sea to a distant kingdom, Abyssinia, ruled by a just and righteous king known as the Negus. The Negus welcomed the refugees with open arms, offering them shelter, safety, and dignity in his kingdom. But peace did not last. In Mecca, the tribal leaders grew furious that the refugees had found safety beyond their reach. They devised a plan. Two clever envoys, Amr ibn al-As and Abdullah ibn Abi Rabia, were sent to Abyssinia with gifts and lies. They arrived at the Negus's court bearing rich gifts of leather and treasure, hoping to buy his favor before speaking a single word. "Your Majesty," Amr said, "these people have abandoned our religion and yours. Send them back to us and let us deal with them." The Negus was wise. Before deciding anything, he insisted on hearing the refugees speak for themselves. Ja'far was chosen to speak on behalf of his people. He walked into the royal hall, calm and unafraid, ready to answer for his faith. "O king," Ja'far began, "we were a people of ignorance, worshipping idols and living without mercy until a prophet came among us. He taught us honesty, kindness to neighbors, protection of the weak, and worship of the one true God alone. For this belief, our own people tortured us and drove us from our homes. We came to your land, seeking only justice and safety." The Negus was moved, but Amr had one more trap. "Ask them," he said, "what they believe about the prophet Jesus, son of Mary." It was a trap meant to divide them, for the Negus, a devout Christian king, cared deeply about how Jesus was spoken of. All eyes turned to Ja'far. The room fell silent. His answer would decide the fate of every refugee in that hall. With steady voice, Ja'far spoke of Jesus as a noble prophet and messenger, born miraculously to Mary, a chaste and honored woman. As Ja'far spoke of Mary's purity and the miracle of Jesus, tears began to fall from the Negus's eyes. The Negus wept openly before his entire court, his beard damp with tears, moved beyond words by what he had heard. He turned to the envoys and declared, "These words come from the same light as the words of Jesus. Go, I will not hand them over." The envoys left the palace in defeat, their gifts rejected, their plans shattered by the honesty of a single young man's words. The refugees remained safely in Abyssinia for years, protected by a foreign king who chose truth over politics, mercy over fear. This has been the true story of Ja'far ibn Abi Talib, a story of exile, courage, and the power of honest words spoken before a king. 14 centuries later, the same story still repeats. Millions still cross seas and borders today, fleeing danger, searching only for a place that will judge them with justice, not fear. The details change, the centuries pass, but the search for a Negus, a just soul willing to choose mercy, never truly ends. If you were in his place, would you have listened before judging? Tell us in the comments. If this story moved you, subscribe and turn on the bell. Join us next time for another true sacred story.